Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come and say hello today. We're in the middle of a great, powerful weekend of transmutation, transformation. There is so much that is that's being changed within and without right now. Life is revealing itself, we are just all awakening. We're becoming master of our own illusions, our own dream, our own reality. For what is going on this physical plane is not. There is nothing permanent about it. For reality is the permanence of the higher planes, of the love of God, of the unity of spirit. So it's all about balancing out the energies. And I want to thank you so much for subscribing, for your likes, your sharing, your comments, for your donations. And if you want a private session, you can send me an email. And so it's like the source will allow all kinds of distorted energy to run their course, even the darkest ones. There is no good or evil, but there is the pure and the impure. It's like in the universe, there's ignorance and lucidity. So it's like at the dark age. God will allow all kinds of things to run their course. When we're going through the dark age, the Kali Yuga, the resolution, we're not seeing in the physical plane, and justice would continue to go on. But now we're moving into an age of light, time is compressed, and so the resolution will come a lot faster, because at the end, God will bring clarity, justice, and resolutions to situation. For God already has the source already has the solution to our problem. We need to continue to ask. Hope and faith are really accelerated to the process. But we do need to continue to ask, to pray God for justice, truth, and resolution, and for balance, for harmony, and because right now we're moving into a phase where all the horrors of the world are about to be revealed, and it's going to be time for accountability for all those who have connected to their inner life. The life will get easier, but for the majority of humanity, it's not going to get easier. It's going to so just try to be calm, return to center, breathe. I wanted to discuss paradise. Paradise is like an idea of what is best. The word is like paradise is like an idea of something, whatever is best. There is the earthly paradise on the upper plane of the fourth dimension, the Garden of Eden or whatever. But then there is also a physical place that's called the central isle of light and life. It's the residence of God. It is the primal origin and final destiny of all beings and all things. It is an absolute place, an absolute reality, a physical reality. It does not move. It is flat, essentially flat. That's the only place that is flat, actually, and that is stable. Everything else turns around paradise. I made some cosmological model in paintings with the paradise, the satellites of paradise, the central universe, and the seven super universe that swing around this. When we look at those paintings, they remind us of the totality of creation, and I think they're very important because they activate memories. I have some paintings. Hopefully I'm going to be able to soon bring them all into the world, but I'm continuing to paint. But I think Spirit says that those kind of paintings, the more I make of them, the better, because they will serve the posterity, so to speak. And so, but paradise is also a state of being. It's like welcoming the presence of God, the light of God within ourselves. Once we are within this, when God comes on the earth, and He is on the earth through many of us, the dimensions of paradise will naturally unfold on the planet. For all the higher spirits, the paradise spirit knows that they can always find God at the center of all things, the center of paradise. The presence of the Father is at the very center, then it's surrounded by the eternal Son, which is enshrouded within the presence of the infinite spirits. Then we have the most holy sphere of paradise, and then there is the seven concentric circle of paradise mansions. Paradise is far greater, far bigger, more amazing than anything we can ever know in the universe. I've seen a little of it. I was lucky to see a little bit of it. I have this memory also of my primal origin. But I'm eager to return there for continuing my at the end of my cycle. But so it is very much turn always your thought to the primal creator, to the first source and center. Just imagine that you're connecting to the primal creator through your crown, and then this light will come down, and then it's also within our heart, at the very center of our heart, because it's at the very center of all things. So it is a mystery, because God is like this paradise center is very, very far away in space, and it's like right now we're at the edge of this galaxy, and this galaxy is swinging around the central universe, which is always invisible. It will always be the mass of the central universe, and will always be superior to the mass of the physical visible cosmos. That's why there is this, they call it dark matter, but it's not dark matter, it's just that you could give it a name, but they see that the physical gravity of the universe, most of it is invisible. And so you can always find God at the center of all things, and you can turn your attention towards that. And it's also at the center of our own heart. And for it's like it's all a matter of alignment with our divine minister. The minister, he lives in our heart and upper heart, but he works in our mind. It's always in our mind that the work will be done. We need to be submissive to the inner guidance, but first we need to find the guidance. We need to hear the guidance. We need to connect to our guidance, and a step-by-step process. Then it's not always easy to submit to this guidance, because it's like me, I'm like 90% of the time I'm following my guidance, but sometimes it's too hard. I just can't do it. It's like they're sending me into spaces and times and situations that I just can't handle, and so I have to back up, return to my comfort zone, and like it takes me a few minutes or a minute to disconnect from what they want me to experience, because they're sending me into very impure things. Not to do any harm, but it's very impure. I'm going to discuss the idea of the pure and the impure. The observer of the day is reparation. We're gonna need. There's a lot of things that needs to be repaired, readjusted, balanced out. Justice needs to come. The higher wisdom is that we're not completely crossed. We are in between world, and we haven't really crossed the threshold yet, where we completely aware of all ins and outs of things. But there will always be ins and outs that what we need to understand is the wind of change, or the wind that is turning. What we need to do is not for you, to let go of those things that are not for us. And the outcome is a blessing, the blessing, the miracle, the unexpected good fortune beyond our wildest dream. It's like sometimes there's small miracles, and sometimes there is big miracles that are always in the wind, but they're about to come down. For ascension is a sure thing. Ascension, we're here to participate in the physical ascension of a whole planet, which is quite unusual. In the past, we just separated ourselves from the physical whole and continue to do our ascension individually. It was different if we done that in the past. But now it's like a lot different. But it will happen as fast or as slow. It's all up to us, because it's still an individual process. But it can be enjoyable. There is a lot of enjoyment in the process. We're integrating new senses, ability to sense into a higher realm. We're integrating new facets of our multi-dimensional self. And realizing this presence of light and love of God dissolves all the illusions progressively. For we're moving from an unpleasant illusion to a more beautiful illusion as we ascend through the dimension. But it's very much about creating silence within our consciousness to allow the higher intelligence of the universe to communicate with us. And you want to always have this possibility, and I recommend you say to yourself, I welcome the help of the higher light, I welcome the help of the higher light, I welcome the help of the higher light. Because we do need to ask, I welcome the help of the Pleiadians, I welcome the help of the Syrians, I welcome the help of the Lyrians, I welcome the help of the Vegan, I welcome the help of the Arcturians. For the Arcturians are they're into the Andromeda enlightenment. If you align with Arcturus, you will get the enlightenment of the golden light of Andromeda, which is very powerful. And there are many assistants and help. So it's like we're getting many antennas in many dimensions. Some of them are activated, and some of them are dormant, but they reactivate at the right time. And we have created those spiritual implants within our soul, so we can have direct links of communication progressively. We're activating those implants, so without interference from the lower astral planes. And so if you don't know who to call or whatever, call on your guides, call on your source, but choose one, pick one, and just call on them and say on Archangel and see what happens. That's very important to continue to cultivate that sense of connections and expanding your consciousness. I wanted to say that the nose knows. When it smells good, you're in the right place. When it smells bad, there is like dark interferences. But it's the same thing with the soul connection, the sentimental level. If there is a soul connection, you will smell the pheromones of that person, and it really elevates ourselves when there is this connection. So it's like follow your nose, follow the good feeling thoughts as well. For there is the impure and the pure. As humanity, we the ignorance and lucidity. As human beings, we need to awaken from the impure and ignorance to move into the pure and lucid state, like the nirvana of being. And but once we achieve this immortal understanding, connection to our immortal self in the state of samadhi, the state of bliss, then we are sent back into the samsara, and the more we go into the impure, the more we'll be we will expand our consciousness and vibrate at the frequency of truth. So we are being prepared to integrate both the pure and the impure. At first, we need to really to let go of all that is impure, that is ignorant, in order to move to access to the higher planes. Because if we think we play with evil, it's actually evil who's playing with us. The impure will reflect upon us. But once we achieve that level, then it's like we are sent back into, we're seeing the impure with the eyes of love, compassion, and lucidity as much as possible. The Spirit sent me into very, very impure situations, but it must serve my evolution. And of course, I do no harm. I'm not only here as a voice, the eyes of truth, and the voice of compassion and mercy, and I'm trying to do my best to assist in that process. But there was the Buddha is also doing that. It's like to integrate the totality of the nature of reality. For reality is both the impure and the pure. For God is all. So it's like it's not just pure, it's the nirvana, but it's also the samsara. But first we need to achieve that state of consciousness. The goddess Inanna as well was sent back into the depths of the darkness in order to integrate more of the nature of truth. And so once we integrate both the pure and the impure, we'll vibrate on the frequency of God. But first, we cannot go into the impure without the light of truth and the love of God. Otherwise, we fell into it and we get trapped and we create karma and all kinds of things. So also wanted to discuss, so it just continue to balance out the energy, but seeks the liberation. But so sometimes if we send into impure energy, it's because we are learning something from it, to just be detached. For we all have a unique version of paradise on the earth that we can envision. We are all different, but there is our I am presence, our God self has already a vision of that paradise life for each and every one of us, which is very different. Understanding what we seek is to become one with our God self, and as we become one with our God self, the life will inevitably change when this is anchored. And it's not easy to realize that all is love and eternally one, regardless. Even the darkest things are part of us; they are part of the one. But we still need to. We do want to ask for resolution, for truth, for justice, for it will unfold. And now we're really in an accelerated time and pace and place. So my friends, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you so very much for your support. I'm going to pull a few cards. I didn't pick up a song today, so we'll see what pull up a few oracles. The observer of the day is solitude. It's accept to be alone. Accepting to be alone. It's like it's okay to be alone. All one, all one alone. so it's like it's only for a time, and we're never really alone because we're connected to the world of spirit, and very soon we're gonna have a resolution where we're gonna be able to anchor this physical energy of soul as tribe on the physical planet. The higher wisdom is wisdom. The wisdom is wisdom. Seek wisdom always. Ask for wisdom. What we need to understand is taking risk. We need to take risk. It's like the more we risk, the more we are ready to expand our courage and our faith and to take risk, the greater the rewards. But if we always stay within our comfort zone, there is little reward, there is little expansion. What we need to understand is opportunities. When the opportunity knocks, we'll pass on the door, we're ready. And the outcome will be trust. We're going to be able to really move into a phase that, for it's important. I've always had this faith and this trust to trust life, to trust. We move a lot faster than when we trust and when we doubt. And then I'm going to ask Ganesh what he wants to finish with. It's the observer of the day is determination, not to allow anything to stand in your way of your determination. The wisdom is about belonging. We have we have the energies that belongs to us and those who do not belong to us. For me, I have this soul connection. I thought there was a romantic potential, but I think it's just a mission of service with her because she's really not there with me. So sometimes I'm asked to help her, so I have to go there. But then it's like but yeah, there is a sense of belonging and there is also soul connection. If something doesn't work, something else will work. And but there is this sense of belonging, this sense of home as well. We belong we belong to God also. I do not forget that. What we need to understand is understanding. Wisdom is wisdom, and what we need to understand is understanding. Kind of funny. What we need to do is concentration, to be concentrated, not to allow ourselves too much distraction. And the outcome is sustenance, and to be able to sustain. It is the Creator that sustains our life. We want to be sustained from the source, from the Creator always. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much. I wish you good integration during this weekend, because from this week on, many things are going to start to really move forward. Thank you so much. Namaste.